The Lagos State Internal Revenue Service has announced the deadline for filing annual tax returns for individuals. This announcement signals the commencement of the tax season, where individuals are required to fulfill their civic responsibilities by submitting accurate and timely tax returns to the tax authorities. The deadline set by LIRS serves as a reminder for taxpayers to access their financial activities, declare their income, and comply with tax regulations to avoid penalties and ensure regulatory compliance. Let's get more and really understand this. The head at ICT Directorate at the LIRS, Mr. Rashid Oluwajayi, is live in the studio. Good afternoon. It's good to have you here again.
Good afternoon, Tolu. It's good to be back. Thank you.
Yes, I want you to tell viewers or give us insight into how technology's advancements employed by the LIRS has significantly improved efficiency of tax filing tax returns.
Yeah, thank you, Tolu. We about half a decade ago, we actually started the process of digitizing the enterprise tax administration system, which will allow taxpayers at the comfort of their own homes to be able to file their returns. And this obviously has helped in driving compliance in the last 5 years, because the number of people on a yearly basis have been increasing. So which means that the compliance has been very good, and this has effectively helped in people filing their processes. It also gives them the opportunity to do other tax transactions online at the comfort of their own home. So which is one of the principles and canons of taxation, principles of flexibility, and also the ease of doing business.
Interesting stuff. You talked about LIRS considering adopting mobile application for tax filing. How would this contribute more to streamline and, of course, accessible for the process? How does this help?
Well, the objective is for us to be able to drive compliance and also to improve on ease of doing business in the state. We know that quite a lot of people now have smartphones, and then we thought that if we drive e-tax through smartphones, through Android and iOS, then the compliance would improve. People would be able to not only sit in the comfort of their own homes, but can also do their file transactions on the go with their smartphones.
So let's talk about security now, because it's a sensitive document. How do you care to manage data security issues? It becomes very crucial here.
Well, it is indeed, and the agency has invested hugely on data encryption, which means that the application that we use for filing of returns is encrypted from end to end. And the agency is also in compliance with all regulatory bodies. We do audits on a yearly basis, and we're in compliance with the National Data Protection Agency, in the current year.
Just like making transfers and all of that, not everybody is tech savvy. So people will still tell you that no, they want to, So what are you having in place for those who will not want to go via that route and they want to navigate online filing systems?
Right. For those who aren't tech savvy, we have a lot of channels for people to buy into. If you go to any of our nearest tax stations, for instance, we have what we call subject matter experts there. They can sit in front of a computer and assist individuals in doing their filing of returns. Individuals who also have challenges can also send emails to us on etaxinfo@lirs.net. We have a customer service care line where people can call. Is 08700 22 555 477. And then we have the social media websites as well, where people can reach us at lirsgov.ng. So all these are channels that people can use to reach us if they have challenges in filing of returns.
It's getting very interesting, because you mentioned about real-time updates, and of course this should contribute to compliance. Of course, right. That's what we should be looking at. But what types of reminders are provided for users regarding filing deadlines?
Well, the agency does a lot of advocacy in telling people on filing of returns. One of such is radio jingles, television presentations such as this. You have national news dailies. You have you have social media websites, and so on and so forth. So there are a lot of channels that the agency has adopted to, and then you have the billboards as well, where people can always read about the deadlines of filing of returns.
But in the context of rising cybersecurity threats, what measures are put in place to protect taxpayers from potential cyber attacks?
Well, we have data encryption, which obviously, and the agency, through our technology team as well, has also ensured that there are a lot of prevention of cyber threats. We make sure all our systems are up to date, they're well encrypted, and to prevent the issues of cybersecurity.
Let's now look at, for those that are going through the ETX platform, that's what it is called, for the first time. Is there any guide on your platform that help them, especially regarding features and updates? Do you have any way you could make this easier for them?
Right, there are a lot of downloadable menus on the ETX platform where people can have a step-to-step guide on how to navigate around the ETX platform. We also have YouTube on a video on our YouTube social media websites, which can guide people. And of course, if you go to our website as well, there's also some literature on there that you can download to assist in navigating the ETX platform.
That sounds good. We've talked about how the deadline alerts and notification implemented in the system to ensure that users are aware of upcoming filing deadlines.
Right. Usually there are a lot of notifications sent to taxpayers. We have radio jingles, we have news publications, we have national dailies, and then we have the social media websites. Interviews such as this are also things to help in also notifying people, and also, even within the application as well, alerts and notifications are usually sent out. Email correspondences are sent out to taxpayers to ensure that they all meet up with the deadline.
Well, with the move towards a paperless environment now, even us in the newsroom, we try to run a paperless newsroom. Is LIRS seeking to integrate electronic signatures into the filing process?
Well, yes, we obviously, if you want to digitize your processes, you can't have one part of it digitized and the other parts, living as manual. So the fact that you have logged into the application, you have signed into the application, your electronic signature is there because you would have logged in using your own credentials, which for us is an electronic signature. And in most cases, there's a checkboxes that you have to tick on there to say that, okay, you have complied with all the directives within the application itself. So in form of electronic signature, it's still something obviously that perhaps is debatable, but it's something that the agency is also looking into critically as well to ensure that we make sure that electronic signatures are well encrypted and signed by taxpayers.
Mr. Rashid, before I let you go, let me. You're the head of the ICT Directorate. Tell us how has it been about data and all of that with regards to our taxation? Let's talk around that and how you are able to manage it in the Lagos State Internal Revenue Service. Yes.
Well, data, as you know, is key. Is the source of life. Is the source of technology.
Yes.
We are managing it successfully. We've tried that in the last 10 years. Obviously, there's still a lot of legacy data that we still need to mine to do a lot of data exploration around. And obviously, with the introduction of technology such as AI, we are looking into how we can, harness on all the data sources that we have and be able to run AI on them and be able to get more forecasts and trends on our data.
Beautiful stuff. When seeking technical assistance, what support channels have you made available from the LIRS?
Well, there are a lot of support channels. As I said earlier, you have the subject matter experts at each of our 39 tax stations. You have the email support, which is etaxinfo@lirs.net. You have our customer service phone line, which is 0700 22 555 477. And then you have the social media websites as well. You have the Twitter, you have the Instagram, you have the Facebook, which is at LIRS.gov.ng. So all those are the support channels that we're using to support taxpayers.
With the level of compliance with all of these jingles, radios, interviews like this one, how commendable would you say it has been?
It has been on the increase on a yearly basis, which means that compliance is really very high. People are complying on a daily basis, and it gives the agency more flexibility in doing other things because we are having to spend less in driving tax defaulters. So the compliance has been very good, but we still know that there are still a lot more people out there who are yet to join the winning team or join the to join the tax-paying populace. So we're still trying to get those on board as well.
Also, like that's saying that enforcement is more expensive than compliance. Or something.
It is more expensive, and what we're trying to do is, according to one of the tax thing, you need to use less of taxpayers' money to use as enforcement because there are a lot of things to be expended upon, and enforcement isn't one of them. So in most cases, we tend to use moral suasion to speak to those who are trying to evade taxes or avoid paying taxes.
What more do you want to tell Lagosians at this time? When they say tax, when they say LIRS, everyone sees you come and it's the tax thing. And there's nothing as sure, taxes as sure as debt. Is that not the way they say it? So what more do you want Nigerians, Lagosians to know, sorry?
Well, we ought to know that, I wouldn't want to pay taxes to if it wasn't part of my job and it wasn't part of what has to be deducted at source as well.
Yeah.
But we need to ensure that taxes are our civic responsibility. If we want a better Lagos, then we all need to pay our taxes. If we want government to do more for us, the government needs funds to be able to do it. And above all that, it's a civic responsibility. It is the law that everybody must join with.
It's an interesting chat with you as usual. I've been speaking to Mr. Rashid Olu Ajayi. He's the head ICT Directorate, the Lagos Internal Revenue Service. Thank you so much. I do have a great week.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.